Absolutely. So we've talked a lot about the different facets of customer experience today, and I think we're going to all agree that they're all incredibly important and useful in different facets. But budgets are always tighter these days. So where's the ROI for CX? Where's the business case? What do you think, Mark? How can you take that to a client and prove that?
Yeah, budgets are getting tighter as well here in the UK. We were talking earlier about the Brexit and the impact of that, and as uncertainty as well. So maybe sort of let me put it in two different ways. There's a couple of studies recently from Bain and McKinsey where they very directly correlated a company's investment towards customer experience and actually the overall revenue and profitability growth of those businesses. And actually good examples here in the UK where I've seen customers really setting out on a very clear agenda would be Sky and also BT, who've invested in technologies and projects to improve customer experience. And so I think at a macro level, there's very clear evidence of the correlation between investment in customer experience and overall business results. But then everybody gets that, but then the question is, well, I'm here today. If I want to improve my Net Promoter Score, if I want to improve my profitability, how do I go about that? And at Genesis, we have an approach to what we call the CX maturity model, which is whereby, and I think you guys have something similar as well, whereby we can assess where we think you're at today and then map out a series of what we call smart use cases in order to take you on that journey of improving your customer experience. Now, to directly answer your question, you say that's great, but where's the business case against each of that? So really what we've tried to do is to assess the business case against each of these use cases. And then that business case can certainly be around an improvement in Net Promoter Score, but also some hard numbers around improvement in average handle time or first contact resolution as two other really hard metrics. But also we've got some very good use cases now, which is about leveraging the contact center to enable sales conversion. So what we're really trying to do is, as opposed to saying, yeah, there's a high level benefit, is to allow customers to understand the use case and a very direct business case and metrics associated with that use case. And they go, okay, great, well, you're a software supplier, of course you're going to say this, but we don't believe you. And we say, okay, fine, you go and have a chat with that customer over there and they can tell you what their experience of the similar process is. So I think everybody kind of buys in that it's there, but it's how do you give customers a framework where they can understand it and then execute against that journey.
Absolutely. Helmut, what do you think? Do you think there's a leap of faith required, or do you think that the ROI is there?
Well, the ROI is usually calculatable, as Mark has said. I have a few faiths in that. One is, I believe that all the businesses, due to digital, as we started off the discussion on digital, due to digital, will face some kind of smaller or major disruption. And for me, it's not a question should or not should you focus on customer experience. You have to, if you want to survive also long-term in the industry. Because I heard recently the CEO of SAP saying the biggest worry of Fortune 500 companies these days is we have lost track of our customers. Because all the over-the-top players over internet and social media, they have formed new ways of interacting with the consumers. And if you look to the American retail market, for example, you clearly see that it's shifting completely from quasi bricks and mortar towards digital channels in a dramatic way, impacting the whole industry. And therefore, I believe it's not a question of is it 2 times or 3 times the ROI. It clearly is a key differentiator, and it's an insurance also for the future and to face disruption. But you can also, if you do a good job on customer experience, you can as well disrupt your industry, yourself, and go for new avenues and therefore innovate, because innovation is not always, as we think, sometimes product related. It's also in the way how we approach and interact and engage with customers.
I mean, to that point, actually, I can't say who it is, but they're a pretty large Pan-American mobile operator. And their attitude towards customer experience has been, you know, the market for cell phones and smartphones is saturated. How do we grow as a business? Well, they grow as a business by retaining their customers better, right? And that's all about customer experience. That is how you retain them better. Because pricing ultimately is a race to the bottom in that scenario, and the sustainable differentiator in that context is competitive improvement in your customer experience.
I'm afraid that's all the time we have today. I'd like to close by thanking our panel of experts, Jerry Brown from IDC, Mark Turner from Genesis, and Helmut Reisinger from Orange Business Services. Now, customer experience is an evolving and fast-moving topic area, and I really hope that this time today has helped you and given you some good ideas that you can take back to your business. You can also click the links below this video to go through to the Genesis or OBS websites. You can also go through to their relevant YouTube channels where they'll give you some extra content as well. So my name is Miles Dawson from IDC. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a great day.